Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Alzida Tofara from Masawan Pasar. Today, I would like to tell you a story under the title Dar the Dolphin's Dirty Tricks. Dar the Dolphin lived under the clear blue waters of the Red Sea. He was a very happy and playful dolphin, but he was also mischievous. Dar loved to play tricks on the other creatures that lived under the sea with him. One day, Anissa the octopus was sorting out her yarn. She had 8 different colors of yarn on her 8 different legs. It had taken her for a long time to untangle them. Dar snuck into Anissa's cave, swam right up behind her, and yelled "Boo!" She was so scared that she dropped all of the yarn and it fell into a big messy pile. In terror, she swam to the back of the cave to hide. Dar started to laugh. Anissa peeked and saw that it was Dar who had scared her, and the 8 colors of yarn were all mixed up into a tangled mess. "You'll be sorry for this one day, Dar. Someday you'll be in big trouble and I won't help you," she warned. And then Dar just swam into an oyster bed. All of the oysters were sleeping, allowing time for their pearls to go inside of them. Dar snuck in quietly, gently pried each and every oyster, and took the pearls out. He switched them around and put the different ones back into the wrong oyster. When he finished, he swam and hid in the sum of coral to wait and watch. When Omar Oyster woke up and checked his precious pearl, it wasn't his. Omar Oyster did the same. Soon all the oysters were awake, only to discover that none of them had their own. They began to get angry and start accusing each other for switching them because theirs has bigger and better. Dar couldn't stand it any longer. He started squealing with laughter. All the oysters stopped their arguing and looked angrily at Dar. Omar said, "You'll be in big trouble with these dirty tricks, Dar." Dar just ignored and then laughed harder and harder. Once Dar was swimming along quite merrily. He was thinking about all the funny tricks he did and looked down on the seafloor and spotted Habib, the hermit crab, sitting in the large rock reading a book. And then Dar swam down searching for the sea bottom, and then snuck up behind Habib and tied the line of fishing line around his shell. When he finished, he swam around the rock and it went in front of him. "What are you reading?" he asked the old hermit crab. "It's called Moby Dick," Habib answered. "Go away, young dolphin. You're bothering me," he continued. Dar teasingly said, "No, I won't go and you can make me." Habib got very angry. "Why, you annoying pest! I'll show you that I can." He started to move to chase Dar off. When he tried to jump down off the rock, the fishing line pulled him tightly and yanked Habib's shell right off his back. Dar just laughed hysterically. Habib looked back and saw his shell. "My shell! How will I ever get it back on? You're a bad dolphin. You'll get into a big trouble with all these funny tricks. None of us will help you." Habib was angrier than they're ever seen before. They stopped to laugh again, but stopped. It didn't seem funny anymore. But he still didn't apologize or even try Habib to get his shell back on. Instead, he just swam along. And then he didn't see the net in front of him. He started to struggle. Help me, someone! Help me! Please help me! Samir and Suhail heard that dolphins crying for help, but they didn't care either. And then the oysters looked up and saw that it was Dar who stuck in the fishing line. Serves him right, Omar said. And then Amal, the oyster, said, leave him there. The oyster ignored their cries for help. Anissa has just gotten and untangled her yarn again when she heard that Dar cry for help. He mumbled to herself, I'm not going to help you, Dar. And just ignore it. And Habib just gotten his shell back on when he heard that Dar crying for help. Is that dirty tricks playing dolphin gotten himself into now? I just warned that he'd find a trouble. Well, I'm not going to help him. Dar was terrified. He was tried because the wriggling about. Please, someone help me! I promise that I'll never do dirty tricks to anyone anymore. And then Habib thought about it for a while. He swam back to Dar as far as he hanging in the net. Will you promise me that your playing days are over forever? Habib said. I promise, Habib, I promise. I will never do that again. Well, young dolphin, you don't deserve it, but I'll help you. And then Habib took his sharp claws and freeing Dar. Then they both swam to the bottom of the sea. Thank you, Habib. Thank you for saving me. I'm sorry for what I did. Dar apologized. Okay, but young dolphin, you have to tell all the sea creatures that you apologize and never do that anymore. And then Dar agreed and spent the rest of the day swam around the Red Sea and helped the oyster to sorting their pearls and visiting Anissa to untangle her yarn. And then he swam off to apologize to Samir and Suhail. One thing that everyone under the Red Sea knew that lived under the deep blue sea was never be quiet same again. The moral value we can take from this story is, don't be an evil to our friends because we definitely need them. We have to help them if they had a problem to solve them. Thank you, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed. That's all from me, and last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.